Welcome back, everyone, to Open Line. Glad you're with us tonight. We are talking about tomorrow night's presidential debate. It is the last presidential debate. It's here in Nashville, Tennessee, and we have with us people on both sides. State Senator Jack Johnson, Republican from Franklin. He is with us via Zoom and supporting President Trump, and State Representative Jason Powell, Democrat from Nashville, supporting Vice President Biden. And a bunch of calls, a lot of calls. So let's just go to the phones here, and let's go to Eddie. Hello, Eddie. I might put you on hold. So everybody turn down your phone, and let's go to Linda. Hello, Linda?
Yes.
Go right ahead.
Well, I just want to mention to the senator there that I think the media treats Trump much better than he should be treated. He's one of the biggest crooks that's ever been in this country. He has screwed more people out of money, bankrupt several times. Who bankrupts in a casino? He had his fake college. He was screwing people out of money. And his outlaw family is just a disgrace.
So you think he's okay? You heard what she said. What do you think there, Senator?
Well, I think he's created a multi-billion-dollar empire, and certainly anyone who's been in the business world, the private sector, as I have. I've owned and operated businesses, and you run into challenging times along the way, and that's no different with President Trump. But over a 50-plus year in the private sector, he's created millions of jobs, paid hundreds of millions of dollars in taxes, built a massive real estate empire, and again, he's a billionaire. So I would say he's been pretty successful at the end of the day.
Bottom line, do you think he's a good and honorable and upstanding person? Or is it more important to you that he get results? But I mean, bottom line, morally, do you think he's a good person?
I do. I met President Trump and got to spend a little bit of time with him. And I found him to be very genuine, very sincere. I look at his family and specifically his children, and that's one way you can measure someone in terms of their children and how they turn out, and they seem to very much respect and adore their father, which I think is a good thing. He is a flawed individual, but we all are. I mean, we are all flawed, and we all have imperfections, some more than others, and I put myself in that lot as well. So he's certainly not a perfect individual, but yes, I do believe he's honorable, and I believe he's I believe fundamentally, and what American people should care most about is that he cares deeply about this country and the future of this country, not for himself, but for his kids, his grandkids, and all of our kids and grandkids. And I think that's what we want, President.
And Representative, quickly, what do you say to that?
I think President Trump's extremely flawed. I think he lacks character and moral judgment. Just his continued attacks. Most recently, I'm thinking about his attack on the governor of Michigan and his calls for violence that took place against her that was fortunately thwarted. But, I think that in many ways he's extremely flawed. Most Americans recognize that. He's so many scandals and different things involving him that I've quite frankly lost track.
All right, let's go.
I got to jump in here. My good friend Jason here just said President Trump has never called for violence against Governor Whitmer. That's never been done. He has never uttered any words that called for violence against the governor of Michigan, ever. He
said lock her up, I think. Did he say lock her up? I guess is that violence, or is that, what do you say, when he says lock her up, what do you think of that?
Well, I think perhaps, I don't know what Jason was referring to, but others have referred to the fact that, yes, there was a very unfortunate plot to kidnap her, which is awful, and it's a disgrace. And people, as they often do, blame President Trump for that because some deranged individuals did want to do harm to the governor. But that was not the president's responsibility. He shouldn't be faulted for it.
I think she was clearly was in severe danger. Fortunately, that didn't take place. But even saying lock her up and really not denouncing the things that took place. I mean, he called for people open rebellion against the governor of that state, and people were starting to move that way. And, quite frankly, put her life potentially in danger.
It was the Justice Department under President Trump that investigated and uncovered the plot to kidnap the governor. And President Trump's Justice Department was fully cooperative in finding and apprehending the individuals responsible for that threat.
All right, let's go to Madge.
Still good people, in spite of who runs the administration.
Let's go to Madge. Hello, Madge. What's on your mind?
Hello?
Hello, go right ahead. What's on your mind?
Well, first of all, I would just like to say I work for Walmart, and right after President Trump was elected, there was a big raise increase for every employee working at Walmart. There were bonuses put out. This came directly from tax cuts that he provided to Walmart, and they were passed down to the associates. This has helped millions of people that Walmart employs. Now, instead of them being hired in at a $9 base pay, it's $11. And that $2 times 40 hours makes a huge difference in a person's life, especially somebody going to school. Okay, so that helped out a lot. He's done so many things that have helped people. Nobody's mentioned about the $23 million he saved in paying staff at the White House, and what he's done for our state parks and national parks. You know, he's done countless things that are wonderful. Not to mention our military and how it was deleted whenever he, or defunded just about whenever he came in office. And I just think he's doing a fabulous job. He's been under attack.
All right, well, you support President Trump. That's very good. I appreciate your call. I'm glad you called in. All right, not undecided, but yeah, we're kind of going back and forth, which is interesting. I'm going to take one more call before we go to break here. Let's try and go to Carol. Hello, Carol.
Hi.
Go right ahead. What's on your mind?
Well, the thing that I'm mostly concerned about is how America is divided. And, you know, Trump is criticized so much for the things that he says and does, but Biden is the one at the first debate told him to shut up and called him a clown. But he gets away with all this with the media. He has been criticized more than it just amazes me. And I am so tired of the Democrats using racism to divide us just to get votes. America is not a racist nation. We have overcome that. And I was so delighted when Obama was elected. And in our Sunday school, a little young girl said, a little black girl in our Sunday school class, she said she could be the president one day. And now that's been wiped away. They're victims. They're mistreated. They live in a racist nation, and it's not right.
All right.
It's not right. We need
Carol,
to teach us.
I'm sorry to cut you off. All right, thank you. So they're two strong calls.
America.
Love America and racism. I've got to go to break. All right, we'll go to break. We'll come back and hear from both our guests here in a moment. Be back right after this.